In September of 1982, the United States faced a kind of fear it had never experienced before. Not from war, not from crime on the streets, but from something found inside nearly every American home. A simple painkiller, Tylenol. At the time, Tylenol was one of the most trusted and widely used medications in the country. Millions of people took it without a second thought. It was safe. It was common. It was ordinary. Until it wasn't. The first deaths occurred in the Chicago metropolitan area. Healthy individuals suddenly collapsed after taking Tylenol capsules. There were no visible warning signs, no long illnesses, no clear explanations. Doctors were confused. Hospitals struggled to understand what was happening. Then investigators made a discovery that would shock the nation. Several Tylenol capsules had been poisoned with cyanide, a deadly chemical, fast-acting, lethal in extremely small amounts. The realization was terrifying. People were not being attacked by someone they could see. They were being attacked by something they trusted. As news spread, panic followed. Police issued public warnings. Stores immediately pulled Tylenol from shelves. Millions of bottles were recalled across the country. Families dumped medicine into trash cans. Pharmacies stood empty. Parents feared giving their children even the most basic medication. For the first time in modern American history, people questioned whether something as routine as taking medicine could cost them their lives. Investigators soon uncovered a crucial detail. The poisoning did not happen at the factory, which meant the killer did not work inside the manufacturing process. Instead, authorities believed the poisoner had entered local stores, opened bottles, replaced capsules with poisoned ones, and quietly returned them to the shelves. No forced entry, no witnesses, no cameras. The crime was simple, and because of that, nearly impossible to trace. The case took another disturbing turn when a letter arrived. It was sent to Johnson & Johnson, the company that produced Tylenol. The letter demanded money and claimed responsibility for the deaths, threatening more poisonings if demands were not met. The writer was later identified as James William Lewis. Lewis was arrested and convicted for extortion related to the letter. But there was a problem. There was no physical evidence linking him to the actual poisonings. No fingerprints, no eyewitnesses, no proof he had ever tampered with the bottles. To this day, investigators remain divided. Was James Lewis the killer, or was he simply someone exploiting a national tragedy? The courts could not answer that question. As weeks passed, leads dried up. Hundreds of tips were investigated. Possible suspects were questioned. Theories ranged from lone criminals to corporate sabotage to copycat offenders. None of it led to a conviction. Slowly, the case went cold. The person responsible disappeared without a trace. Despite the lack of justice, the impact of the crime was permanent. American laws changed. Tamper-proof packaging became mandatory. Sealed bottles, foil barriers, and safety warnings became the new standard. Every medicine bottle opened today carries the legacy of those deaths. A reminder of how vulnerable trust can be. More than 40 years later, the Tylenol murders remain unsolved. 7 lives were lost. No one was ever held accountable. The killer was never identified, and the question still lingers. Who poisoned the Tylenol, and how did they vanish without ever being found? Some crimes end in answers. Others end in silence. Please subscribe my channel for more amazing stories. Thanks for watching.